Well, put a hand together for these Canadiens for that first game approach to things on the road in this series. Stealing a game in the ACC, which is indeed still the Air Canada Centre in this game. So I can refer it to it as such. We've still got the Leafs wearing the throwback alternate jerseys. Jonathan Bernier. They actually did it. I am shocked they actually did it. They started Reimer in the last game, and the CPU has changed goalies. I was not prepared for that. I was fully prepared for Reimer to be the goaltender. They changed goalies. They didn't like, obviously, the Leafs did not like the way they played. Look at this. They're off to a bad start here already. Duchesne is in, and he bumps into the aforementioned Bernier, who's taken James Reimer's place in the goal crease. Down low for Duchesne. We're looking. Pump fake. Spin move off of that. Come on, Duchesne. Cut to the middle. He's battling against Kadri. Takes it hard to the net, and Kadri will take it off of Duchesne. Kessel around the boards. It's a rim around. Poke checked free of Phaneuf, who sends it along for Riley, his defense partner, up to Kadri. And through center ice they go. Van Riemsdyk protects and slings it toward Carey Price here. We got Victor Hedman, who has now been a long-time part of this Canadiens team. That shot misses, I believe, just wide of Carey Price. Klitzem keeps in, blocked down by the defenseman Hedman, who slings it up to Max Pacioretty. We got to get this puck into the zone. Pacioretty, a stop move from the half wall. We're going to cut back on, I'm not even sure who wears 4 here. At one point in time, I believe that was Cody Franzen. It might still be Cody Franzen. I previewed the Leafs roster before we started this series. Oh my God. Okay, well, that was an opportunity and a half for Torrey Krug, and then we fumbled it at the last moment. He had a nice toe drag move. We have a nice poke check move for Kamayev. We're going to toe drag around this guy, send it down low. Just get the puck down low and start winning those battles. Sue Kai-Ming, short side bid. That'll be the first save of the series, first official one for Jonathan Bernier. I don't know if he'll get a credit for his save on the Duchesne chance that opened this game up. Now, I've got to pay attention to the names and the numbers on the ice surface for the Maple Leafs. I'm not as familiar with this Maple Leafs squad, who, of course, they still have Dave Bolland playing D due to injury. That's why Bolland is on D, and he's trying to defend Danny Heatley, the Heatmeister out here. Falk for Bolland, the forward playing D, misses the pass, and maybe that's why he shouldn't be playing defense. And my theory to why that's happening is because I've been forced at times in the season simulations anyway to have a forward at D because of injuries and not having enough cap space to call a defenseman up from the AHL. So the Leafs, with all of their injuries, might be running into the same problems. That was a bad bank. It'll be picked up by Greg McKegg, one of the most awesome names in the league. Nice toe drag move around McKegg by Brendan Gallagher here. We got it at center ice with Jalmerson. Kick wide for Gallagher. It will deflect off of Gallagher. Subban couldn't hold the line. He brings it in offside. A look at Sue Kai-Ming and his short side attempt. Already I can tell you with the changes that we made, because we made those slight slider changes to the AI, the AI learning or whatever we bumped up. It was AI learning that I bumped up. The difficulty adjustment is in the same place that I believe it was for the season 4 playoff run that we went on, and the AI strategy adjustment is the same as it was in that playoff run. So it's the AI learning slider that has been changed for this playoffs, and it has been maxed out. Oh my goodness, that was a weird carom near Carey Price. Dumoulin, who's in the lineup due to injury right now for the Canadiens. The accidental button press there. That leads to a drop pass that is in the Canadian zone, so in our own territory here. Going to get it along for Duchesne. Fresh off the bench onto the ice is Brendan Gallagher. Toe drag move. We've got plenty of those in store for this game. We don't have numbers, so we're going to send it down low. We get our, I believe, our 4th line on the ice. A very heavy line here. Bickle involved in that. I think Brian Bickle had a multi-point first game in this series. Like I said, it has been a tough sled. Oh my God, Bickle, just shoot. I'll take that. That's a good shot. We haven't seen a lot of offensive action in this one, and as I was alluding to, it's because of how much better the AI are, at least defensively so far in this first round series. We got to make some adjustments, make those adaptations. Nice play there by Hedman. He takes his man off the puck very strongly. Rakshani, probably not the smartest time to do a pullback move. They're trying to catch the AI out. It'll be a cross-corner dump in, and it floats into the corner there behind Carey Price. In front one-timer, McKegg, 2 tries. Now Wright plays it hand to stick behind Price's net. We're going to try to defend that hard with Subban. No one can get the puck right now. What's going on? Are either of you blind? That was such a bad play, and that's a bad play for Falk. He's going to mishandle the puck, but he'll regather himself and skate this away for the Leafs. In center ice for Wright, who forces it down the boards toward Price's net. In front, centering Kulemin. It was deflected down. Ming to Kamayev. We're going to bump this to the outside and skate into our own pass, sending that along, intended for Sukai Ming, but on the receiving end was LeBlanc. Ming, puck shield move from the corner. He's got help in LeBlanc. It will deflect to LeBlanc, sent in front for Kamayev. Held onto by Crew. Down that half wall, but defended well by, did I see Kane? What name did I just see on the ice? I know Patrick Kane is not a Leaf. No, that's not Kane. Is it Kulemin? I think I don't know what name I saw. Oh my God, Brad Marchand. He beats all the Leafs defenders. He got a good chance on net for himself as well. Dumoulin back to retrieve. We got help on that weak side. It's going to be Babchuk. And we'll lay it into Max Pacioretty's stick. We're going to do a cut across the middle between the legs dangle. Pacioretty for Duchesne. He couldn't quite get it there. Deflected as well on its way in. We'll go D to D. Dumoulin settles, shoots. Deflection toward the net. Babchuk, light wrister through. Blocked down by a Leafs player. We'll go back up top with it. This is good possession here from the Canadiens. No time wasted. Shoot it on the net and hope to get a rebound opportunity. Marchand was the one hunting it down. Duchesne intercepts at center ice, and we do a nice job to shield the puck away. We'll saucer that. Gallagher off of the high shoulder of Jonathan Bernier. I'm going to have to get used to saying Bernier for this game, at least. I don't know for how much more of this series. And boy, is he a busy bee in the goal crease, making multiple saves at a time and keeps the game scoreless, at least for the time being. So I'm very interested to see how these sliders are going to work out for this playoff run, however long that will be. You can see the multi-save effort of Jonathan Bernier in the crease. He smothers like a hungry hippo to get that puck covered. Eller will be opposed by Grabowski, and he does win the faceoff on the forehand. This will be shot and deflected down. It did not get all the way through. I'm going to take this side with Subban. Big save off the blocker by Carey Price. I'm going to saucer this behind me. Eller skate into it and now lead Danny Heatley. That was a nice exchange between those two to get the puck broken out and out of the zone. Heatley a little slow here with it, but look at this. Former Conn Smythe winner, two-time Conn Smythe winner, PK Subban. And one of those seasons, now the second cup that we won, and that is a screen job by Victor Hedman, allowing for Carter Ashton to score the opening goal in game number 2 here. That'll be his first of the playoffs. I don't even know how many goals the Leafs had in the first game. I can't recall. But that's his first of the playoffs. Yeah, Hedman kind of screened, tried to do the right thing by getting in the way. But you take the eyes, obviously, of your goaltender away when you do that. The only view that he had there was Carey Price, that is. The only view that Price had was a pleasant, or not so pleasant in this case, view of Victor Hedman's ass. Oh my goodness, bad turnover there for the Leafs. Oh no, Hjalmarsson, he's getting up a little slow, but it looks like he's going to be remaining involved in this play. Bickle, weak side, we're going to send it up those boards. Hjalmarsson, no worse for wear for right now. I'm going to try to do a windmill just to get that space. Backdoor crashing is Gallagher. He's got his second goal of this series and this postseason. Windmill move just to create space. You know, one thing I'm noticing, this is very interesting for me. We're playing on the highest difficulty. We've maxed out a couple of sliders for the AI to help the AI. But I'm noticing this. They are really having a poor time in coverage off the rush. They're not covering up off the rush very well, especially that backdoor play. And is that something I can go to school on? It feels a little bit cheap, but honestly, if it's available and I have an opportunity to score goals, I mean, it's a legal and legit way to score a goal. It just feels a little bit cheesed right now. We are legitimately playing on the highest difficulty with improved sliders for the AIs. It's a little behind Kamayev. He tried to shovel at it. LeBlanc, there you go, Dumoulin. And then back, Babchuk leaning into one, but he leaned into his teammate with that shot. LeBlanc was the one, unfortunately, blocking that shot. Biggs. Not the same Biggs from Star Wars. He sends it along. McKegg will send that in deeper. I believe that was McKegg. Drop pass intelligently enough by Su Kai Ming allows the Canadiens to get the breakout. So Heater is a one-man show here, so I'm going to let him dangle for a second and dangle himself right into a turnover. We're going to pinch with Eller, chop at this puck. Give yourselves a chance to win possession. Eller, short side bid denied on the on the attempt at an assist from Heatley. Wow, the period is almost over. And one thing that I'm noticing, the continuing trend from game number 1 is, and that'll be Horn, is the lack of penalties. Not a lot of penalties called against either side. I don't even think that we got a power play in game number 1. We took a penalty in game 1. Well, that was a deflating start for us there with giving up the first goal in the game, but however, we did quickly answer that with a backdoor feed off the windmill there from Chalmerson to find Brendan Gallagher on the back door. The shots are just 9-6 after one period of play, with the Canadiens leading the charge in shots on goal with those 9 shots. I felt like our shot total, personally, I thought it would be higher than 9. I felt like we put a lot more pucks on Bernier than that, but it's been a low-going offensive game, and honestly, that was the same case for game 1. The offense is harder to come by. You're going to really have to work for and earn your chances, and when you get one, you got to make sure you put it home. Especially if you get a breakaway, you can't mess up on that breakaway. And I'd say that the way that the Leafs are playing this series right now, the way we're defending them, they really can't mess it up if they get a breakaway themselves. Duchesne put into Bernier, saved and melted in the goal crease. And I know the computer will change my lines and my D pairs for me. I'm fine with going second line, which will be Su Kai Ming at center taking the face-off. Those line changes happen quickly, but we've also got the fatigue slider bumped way up. I've got the fatigue effect bumped up, and the fatigue recovery is pretty low. D to D. Hedman couldn't quite drag that puck and keep it inside the blue line. I'm going to go second pair here and give that first pair a quick break. Keep the second line on the ice. A little bit of micromanaging to it, because the computer assistant coach... Hold on, I'll hold that thought. I need to focus on this gameplay. A little more passing than I wanted to do here. Crew gets it taken off of him. LeBlanc sending it back in. This is how we got to play our game. Oh, it bounces in front of Bernier, and he'll cover that trickling puck in front of him. And this is how we approached the game when we were in the playoffs against the Maple Leafs back in Season 4 in that conference final. We just got pucks in deep, and we made them work to get to it and work to get it out. And Subban has a goal. He took some punishment after the fact, but he has a goal and rewards me for putting him right back on the ice. I put that first D pair right back out there. We win the face-off clean, slap shot, 5-hole. Maybe a screen in front. You see the hard-charging Kuhlman to get up there and take the point away from Subban, but it was too little, too late by that point. Yeah, a valuable piece to this Canadiens franchise, as I've already mentioned in this recording session, that Subban has won 2 Conn Smythe trophies in the GM mode, has been a valuable piece of multiple playoff runs, signed him to a huge long-term contract, which, as the seasons go on, that dollar value is going to look better and better. That was a lucky play for Danny Heatley. Heatley just taking a point-blank slap shot. That was not the plan. I was gonna fake a shot and then pull to the forehand. I think I was gonna go forehand or backhand to forehand on that chance for Heatley, but it didn't work out. He'll get another. No, he will not. I was gonna say he was gonna get a second bite at the cherry with that play flung off the boards. He's gonna go on a line change. Will Danny? Well, never mind. I take that back. Heatley doesn't need a line change. Sven along for Duchesne, who couldn't score on the backdoor opportunity. Heatley keeps it in. Heatley doesn't need a line change. This guy is made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. And the Leafs are finally going to get out of the zone. They've created a little temporary odd man rush. They had it had they hustled. Crew cleans up the rebound along the boards and out for Brad Marchand, but he's not going to get to this puck. Franzen sends it back in. Tamernis will have to settle, who just rejoined the team recently after recovering from an injury, up to Marchand. Windmill move? You might as well. I mean, you're a one-man show here if you're Brad Marchand. He's going to get around. The D are worse, believe it or not, with the bumped-up sliders on max difficulty. The defense are worse for the Leafs. They're not defending. It could just be that it's the Leafs. And that's always a possibility, but they're not doing a very good job of defending our guys off the rush. I find it much easier to dangle them, actually, than I did before. I don't know why that is. We miss a pass out to center ice. Not a whole lot going on in this. That'll be a penalty to LeBlanc. It'll be a tripping penalty. The goaltender has not vacated yet, and you see why. Is we could keep poking at it, and we could technically put it in the back of their net. It is not confirmed as possession, but we have touched the puck for possession, which will lead to the first power play of the game. I actually prefer the way that the game was playing before. We're not seeing as many penalties against the CPU team. I mean, we're not seeing a lot of penalties at all, and I feel like the gameplay in some ways, I feel like it's actually worse. Now, the reason I made such changes is we did run roughshod on our way to a Stanley Cup championship against the Colorado Avalanche in Season 4. I got to make a move here. Oh, I timed it to perfection, but Franzen, he was wise to the task, and he still got the body involved. So I talked about them defending off the rush. They actually defended that perfectly off the rush with Franzen. I'm defending them really well on this defensive zone blue line to the point that we've allowed their power play no room and forced them to dump it in. A fake fan on clear by Subban. That goes wide of Bernier, only just retrieved by Phaneuf. And that's his only option there. Slung to Foster, and that was perfectly placed, but so was the body check, I believe, by Hedman. We got to defend the net front, and it's a goal. That's a problem. If you don't get back in time to cover that off, he's going to wrap it around, and he scores. I mean, Grabowski basically scooped this up, skated behind the net, pulled it around to the forehand, score. Easy goal. Just a slam dunk goal for Grabowski. I was trying to defend the pass with Hedman, so I had control of Hedman. I saw there was a backdoor opportunity. I gave Price the shooter. In hindsight, I don't know if I made the right play. I mean, I didn't make the right play because we got scored on. It doesn't really matter what I did. We gave up a goal, and the Leafs have evened it. Was that a power play? I didn't even pay attention if that was a power play goal. That's a turnover inside our zone. They nearly took the lead on that play. This is a problem for us. Oh, Price melted. Yep. First time we've been under attack in this series so far, through a game and a half. First time that we've actually been under legitimate threat for the Leafs to score and take over the game. I need my second line, which has some of my favorite players on it, and some of my best players. Lucky that this shot missed the net. Certainly not a sniper with those hands. A terrible accuracy. We need to get the puck and get it out of the zone. Oh, Ming, protection, and I'm going to dump it. One of the rare times that you've seen me dump it in so far. Oh, my goodness, why didn't we just plant in front of Bernier? That would have been a crazy goal. And an all-time assist from Su Kai Ming on the dump-in play. Keane from the side of the net in front of the helmet, actually blocked by the skate of Torrey Krug, who I have control of right now. Trying to defend that net front presence because the Leafs are trying to get it right out in front. Look at this is where they're trying to score all the goals from. There are no hellish point shots from this Maple Leafs team. It's just everything is get it to the front. I'm so glad that they are missing Lupul at the moment because that would drive me absolutely crazy if I was having to put up with Joffrey Lupul. We got a net front here, picked off by Bernier on the attempt from LeBlanc. She had no choice but to get it to the net. We were making that line change. We had a partial change going on the ice surface. So I'll just agree with putting my fourth line out for now. We're going to have an attacking zone face-off. Yeah, we've seen LeBlanc take a few spills in this game. It has been a physical one for him. Now, I'll say this. I haven't felt any pressure to change any of my strategic approaches to Game 1 or Game 2 here so far. There it is. Good shot. I'll take that. We got to whack that back in there as far as we can. Go get it. Now I need some help. Gallagher, he's on a mission to score goals in this one. He was wide open to the slot. And that all benefited from our puck chop move to just send the puck further into the zone. I'm going to go back to my first line. We'll have another attacking zone face-off. Bernier is quick to cover the puck this evening. He's just trying to get a feel for things. Subban walk in the middle. We're going to shoot. We're going to load it up, but we look for a deflection. We miss with that shot out of frustration. That one deflects wide. The Leafs under pressure, harassed to just get the puck out of their D zone. They do. They elevate it into our D zone. Ashton right as he plays it. Up the boards for Pacioretty on the weak side. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Cut back just inside the blue line. It is an onside play. Marchand to it first. I need help. I have helping patch. Wow, I have helping patch ready. That is a nifty goal indeed. What an assist. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. I don't even remember how we got it in there. We circled back with Marchand, fed it through the slot. There's the poke check attempt. It was too late for Falk to make a play on it. One-timer successful for Max Pacioretty past Jonathan Bernier. And I'm more than thrilled because the AI controlled Max Pacioretty did everything I wanted him to do on that play. He got open for the one-timer. He hit it perfectly. That's an icing. And I will concede on that icing play and allow Aaron Ekblad. Aaron Ekblad? Did Aaron Ekblad touch that puck? Wait a minute. Is Ekblad back? Or no, that's Riley. I'm so used to... So the reason I said Ekblad, that's Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley, for some reason or another, wears... What a move! Morgan Riley wears number 10 for the Leafs in this one. And... Oh, nice try by Heatley. And Ekblad wore number 10 for me in my Flames GM mode. So I'm so used to Ekblad wearing the number 10. Even though Ekblad doesn't wear number 10 in the real world, but he did for my Calgary Flames GM mode. That's where the association comes from for me. Ekblad's out for a while, isn't he? I thought Ekblad was a longer-term injury, so I don't think we'll be seeing from Aaron Ekblad in this series. This has gotten really frantic here. We just need to get the puck, and we'll just dump it in off of Heatley, who gets it further in on a pass. It was an accidental pass. Icing? And I will milk an icing. So I gave up an icing to the Leafs, and the Leafs give up an icing to me. And that's a good opportunity to put my second line out there. They came oh so close. The missed shot was almost beneficial for Biggs, who couldn't put it into the back of the net there. He was by the side of the goal crease when he shot that puck. Subban again walking middle with a lot of help in front. The problem for Subban is those shots aren't hitting the net. I see it behind the net set up. Kamaya, wrap around. We'll just try and sneak one through. Keep the second line on the ice. They're doing good things right now, working miracles out here. If we can get that same thing again with Sukai Ming here, win that face-off on the forehand to Subban. We do it again. Walk the middle. Now load the gun. Oh, what a pad save. Kicked out. And a big rebound. Fortunate for Klitzum to skate it away here. I don't know if Price will get a save on this. Subban takes a penalty. We got to cover this off. We're going to get a stick in there on Klitzum, but it will be a touch from Hedman. Double minor to PK Subban for a... I'm gonna guess they're gonna call this a high stick. There's no way this would be a slash and be a double minor. There was not much of a reaction from Helm, I'm gonna be honest. They don't even tell me what the penalty's for, but it's definitely a high stick. I mean, if you look at the replay, you can see the stick did get up in the face of Helm. We have got to get an insta clear from Hedman. We'll do that very kindly. Knocked down by the skate of Bernier. Tried to play Franzen wisely here. We're going to just force him into a clear-out play, but it actually benefited Phil Kessel for them to do that. Slap shot from Kessel. Rebound. Oh, we didn't get to that rebound, and it was forced wide, but it's a goal anyway for JVR. James Van Riemsdyk on the first half of the double minor. Scores quickly. The puck was just careening everywhere. It was pinballing around in the entire attacking zone. There was nothing we could really do about that. I feel like with this difficulty and where we got this game at with the sliders, we're going to have some really random moments in this playoff series and this entire playoff run. This could be the most random playoff run of the whole Canadiens GM mode. And we can freely send that down anyway. It won't be an icing. Hell, it didn't even make the goal line for an icing in the first place, even if we weren't killing a penalty there. But because we are PKing right now, we can freely send the ice down the rink. Terminus, let's play the body here. You know, I'm going to let Sukai Ming take charge. I'm going to let him have this. Have at it. I had the move done. You got to... Oh, my God. Marchand. Back to the point. Hedman, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take it out. Whew. I was trying to say something, and then I got focused on the turnover from Marchand. We're going to race after this against Morgan Riley, who we were talking about not that long ago. So many names I'm not used to. Foster for the Leafs here. He's going to get hip checked. I'm going to introduce him to Victor Hedman's hips. And dump that all the way down the rink. What a big rebound off the inboards. We cannot go chasing this puck all the way. Duchesne nearly had the turnover. A lot of Leafs turnovers on breakout passes in this game. That deflects, but fortunately for Toronto to clitz him. To the point, Franzen off the blocker. Babchuk whacking and out of the zone. Ends the penalty kill right there. Franzen is going to be a hunted man. Okay, well, that was just a whole bunch of nothing for the Montreal Canadiens. We got to get this puck moving. Up the boards. Just don't end with a turnover and a goal. And I was going to try to shoot it, but the horn has sounded. Time has run out on period number 2. We got a 3-3 game. I need my best players to come through now. I really need my best players to be my best players for this third period of play. We cannot rest on our laurels, as a saying that I go to all too often. But fortunately, we have taken a game in this series on the road, so we can be a little bit more nonchalant about how we approach period 3. Nonchalant or not, I want to win game 2. Do you know what it would mean to everybody coming back to the Bell Center, to home ice, having taken both games on the road in Toronto? I think it was the other way around. In the conference final matchup that we had a couple of seasons back, we played the first 2 games at home, on home ice, did we not? Just missed the pass for Duchesne, golfed at by Hedman for Duchesne, but I believe we played those first 2 games at home before we went to Toronto and swept the Leafs right out of their own building and out of that series. Of course, going on to take the Stanley Cup in 7 games against the Colorado Avalanche. If I can spoil it for anybody that doesn't know, the Leafs have been offside early on that possession. I'm going to agree with the assistant coach changes. Helm has taken this face-off, opposed by Su Kai Ming, the Singapore Crosby, as I have called him. Or there are multiple nicknames for that guy at this point. What a move, what a shot, and a rebound chance. Price with a frantic opportunity to cover. We're going to bank it out the center, and it is the Singapore Crosby. But I also have another nickname for him. Yep. It'll be an icing? Yes. We'll get the icing. Oh, did you not like that? Did you not like that? Right in your face. In the face. Oh, in the face. Okay. Well, I tried a few things there. I really pissed the Leafs off with that, with those shenanigans. But, so Su Kai Ming has multiple nicknames, as I've tried to say multiple times. He is the Singaporean Sidney Crosby, obviously, because he's similar height and weight. Apparently not anymore. He grew over a couple of seasons in size, but he wears 87. He's left-handed shot. He plays center. It's similar play style to Sidney Crosby. So, but he's just from Singapore instead of being a Canadian center. And he plays for the Canadiens as well. But he's also the Ming Dynasty. You can also refer to him as the Ming Dynasty. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here in Montreal, is form a dynasty, which can only be done. How do I drop pass again? Well, I board played myself with Su Kai Ming. He's got some moves. Look at he's got some moves. He pulls them all out. LeBlanc funnels it through the net. And the Leafs stay even at 3 on that possession. Poke check to center. Ming steps into one, so that side's really coming in handy before he forces it back down low toward Carey Price. Rhett Rakshani on the receiving end of this loose puck, if he'll ever get to it, that is. Rakshani opening up the hips. Turns, spins, fires backdoor. Ming scores in front of Bernier. And that'll put the Canadiens back on top. The Ming Dynasty showing out in Toronto. Second goal of the playoffs in 2 games. In just as many games, he has 2 goals. He is definitely bigger. He looks bigger on the ice just from this camera shot inside the net alone. I looked at it. I looked at his profile, or whatever you want to call it, his player profile in the game, and he was like 5'11". It's in one of the first episodes after we drafted him. It's in one of those episodes. You can see how tall he was. He was originally 5'11". He's like 6 something and almost 200 pounds. He was like 5'11" and 170, 180 pounds. He's gotten even bigger. I didn't even know that players could grow like that. Your created players or created prospects. But he's grown. I don't know what influences that, but yeah. How is that onside? Are you kidding me, Phil Kessel? Cover the point shot, and we're not doing enough of that. Now they're going for the point shot. That's a strategic change by Toronto. Yep, here it comes. Just got to throw it through a bunch of bodies and a bunch of traffic in front. Max Pacioretty, you're a one-man show. Well, you at least... Okay, never mind. I was going to say he drew the bait, but he did not draw the bait. Oh, my God. Dumoulin Oh my goodness, Dumoulin. Oh, Dumoulin! Oh my God, that would have been amazing. He dangled out 4 Leafs players. Oh, Eller diving back. Oh, this gameplay has really just opened up a can of worms here. Cover the puck, Price. Thank you. I'm at the mercy of the AI-controlled Carey Price and whether he covers that puck. You want to do something? You want to dance? I got all the moves, baby. I learned from the best. I got those white boy dance moves. Whatever those are. I have literally, in real life, I literally have no dance moves, but we can definitely tango, and it takes 2 to tango on the dance floor, baby. Skate with this PK Subban. Slap shot into the zone. Let's go hunt after this. Bickle, you got a lot of size. You got to start using it. The Leafs are going to do that thing where they like ping-pong the puck around behind the net. Maybe they won't. They're up to now to Foster, who's got a free chance on Price, but he misses. Almost broke the glass, scared all the fans in the front row. I'm going to chop at this. Gallagher, it's going to be Franzen, it leaks in. It was just so hard. I could feel the Leafs pressing. It was just so difficult to get the puck out of the zone. And that's the problem. We chopped at it. I thought Gallagher could win the foot race to this loose puck. Instead, it's Franzen right from near the half wall, throws it toward the net, and it's just one of those Carey Price type goals. If you go back and watch the playoff round from Season 2 that we played against Toronto, you'll see what I'm talking about. He gave up some really goofy goals in that series. He's prone. That's a problem with me. He's a 90 overall goaltender. He's an elite goalie. I mean, he's like one of the best rated goaltenders in this game. He just kept the game at an even tie with that save. We got to stop this, guys. Oh my God, this is pissing me off. See, the Leafs have changed their game plan, and we haven't. I can't win anything right now. I can't win a battle. I can't win a loose puck. Get to this Eller and ice it if we have to. We have got to skate this away. So I'm just gonna dump it. Screw you. I'm dumping it on your goaltender. Now we need to hit the net here. Do you want to go? You want to go, son? I'm gonna get a penalty for that. I did. Oh, I shouldn't have tried to instigate with Phaneuf. They called me for that. LeBlanc to the box, and it was my fault. Getting frustrated at the way this game's playing out now. This is what I mean. I mean, when I bump up the AI, we don't even have the difficulty slider maxed out. And you can see how the AI, when they decide they want to, they can just take over an entire game. So I need to make a penalty kill change, but they may score before I can make the penalty kill change. Go, Hedman. You got to take this. And you know what? I'm not going to shoot it. I thought about it in frustration that we went offside. But I need to make this a diamond PK. I want to try this approach to killing this penalty off. If we can win this back, we need to dump it in immediately. That works for me. So not as far as the hash marks with Duchesne. As far as the hash marks in terms of penalty kill forechecking. And then just keep everything to the outside. That's nicely played by Subban, but you're not going to win this battle against Van Riemsdyk. I'm just telegraphing it right now. Go! Go! Yes, Subban. You got help. You got help. You got to help yourself first, though. Down low. I don't want any messy turnovers when Subban's way up on the play like that. Hedman, you got to defend this well to the outside. Come on, Subban. Got help from Hedman as well. Making it a tough play for Hedman. Ming. Up and over. Nope. I don't even know. Oh, I had the deke. Got to get back. That felt like a somewhat... All right, I'll take that clear. That felt like a somewhat good opportunity to try a little deke with Su Kai Ming. It didn't quite work out for us. That's okay. Don't give him too much space. Space was closed off nicely by Babchuk. Board pin. Babchuk, not on your own net. Someone's coming out of the box. And it will... Oh, LeBlanc, obviously. Okay, across the middle. Ooh, dangerous. And, of course, because of how physical this game's been for LeBlanc, we can't put him in those kind of precarious positions. We had a chance there from Max Pacioretty. It was a pass intended for LeBlanc. I'll stand here all night, Grabowski. You're garbage. Garbageovsky. Who's going to get that next goal? That next goal is so pivotal now. 7 minutes to play. Krug, just slap her to the net. Knocked down before it could get there, so I need my 2 defensemen to be back on this play. Nice play by Tamernis. Price. Why did I play that? Well, I did. Please get it out. Gallagher waits for this to come to him. Dump in. We just got to know when to forecheck and how to forecheck. We did not. Oh, the player switching is bad. It's not giving me who I need, but it's okay because the Leafs, they're out of gas and they need a wholesale change. I mean, they made a full five body change on the ice. That was a bad deke. I gave it right over to Biggs. Nice play, though, coming back. Duchesne made up for his little mistake. I need help on the breakout. Oh, God. Could you imagine overtime on this? Go. Duchesne. Drop pass. No, there was no one to drop to. I thought Pacioretty might tail him into the zone on that one. I could just slip it back to Max Pacioretty right from the wing. Fumbled, saved by Price. We got to get this out. It's on the boards waiting for Pacioretty. Now Duchesne. We're going to kick that out wide. Marchand, now Pacioretty. Nice interchange. Shoot. Hit the crossbar. Back down low. Yep. Duchesne. Send it in front. Pacioretty shoots. Score! Max Pacioretty! And it's a 5-4 game. Okay, we got to put this on lockdown mode now. That was some great work on that by that entire top line to just keep the puck cycling, send it low to high. Pacioretty from the dead slot. Bernier, he falters at the worst possible time for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but the game is not done yet. We're going to take our forechecking bias and we're going to be like trap. 4 minutes to play, a lot of game left. I'm about to run my first and second line on the ice as much as possible, so smart decisions with the puck here, Hedman. There it is on the wing, dump it in. Got no speed right now, we just need to get the puck into the zone, and then we just need to keep doing this, a whole lot of this. Yeah, that'll work for me. LeBlanc chips it in. We got support from Su Kai Ming, who's poking at it. Now Kamayev, you flushed this guy out behind the board, that's nice. Ming against Kessel. The better winger, or, well, Ming is basically a center for this team. Send it back down. Let's just keep it. We're just chipping time away off the clock right now. Something that the Leafs cannot afford to do. Blocker saved by Price. How did that puck bounce? Cover. Just cover. I don't have a choice. I'm not going to use my timeout yet. I don't want my timeout yet, but I'm going to put my third line on the ice. I believe my third line is centered by Eller, and yes, Lars Eller with Danny Heatley out there together. I need the experience of Eller to win this faceoff. He won it big. That's big. I have help on the weak side. There it is, Rakshani. I'm going to chip it behind me because this guy's playing me pretty tight. That was nice. Now drop pass again. Krug, get out of my way. Get out of the way. That was a really weird bobbled save by Bernier, but I can now go to my first line. I can take my timeout. I can put my best players on the ice now, and I'm going to need them. That was a weird play by Krug. I mean, did you see how that save was? It just skyrocketed straight up in the air. We didn't even... I don't care about the body check. It's first line versus first line. There is no loophole to help the Leafs out here. This would be a crucial time for them to have Joffrey Lupul with all that he's done against my team. Unfortunately, Subban again blocked. It's either missed the net or gotten blocked when it's come from Subban's stick blade. That was a mistake. I regret playing that puck. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. But how bad of one. Marchand. Empty net? Nope, it's not empty yet. I'm going to stop. Hedman. What? Whoa! Okay, that was weird. First pair, stay on. I took my timeout. I'm going to trust my first pair. They're my best players, but I'm going to go to my second line with Su Kai Ming. I'm doing it. So we're going to replay that, and not the pinball arcade action that happened just a second ago that led to the Bernier covering the puck that also led to this face-off. LeBlanc, good win. Ew, and Subban, you cannot pinch too. That was a missed pass. Wow, how did we get to that puck first? No complaints and no questions either. Ming, working with LeBlanc. We're going to send it down low. Ming. Oh, which side am I going? Ming, poke at it. No penalties, though. This is big. Last seconds of the period. Cutting down. Last play. Bit of regulation play. First line, second pair. They pulled the home goaltender now. They have no choice. It'll be that neutral zone face-off close to the Habs defensive zone. There are 6 skaters on the ice for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6 skaters can't help you now. Drop. Oh, I was going to drop it to let Marchand have that empty net goal, but that's fine. Victory has been acquired for a second straight game in Toronto. The fans boo their team off the ice. We go back home to Montreal and the Bell Center with a 2-0 series advantage, and only just by the hand of Max Pacioretty with a game-winning goal. I mean, this was a close game. The Leafs actually battled. The AI made it difficult for me. There's not a lot of goaltending action happening in this game. There were some bad goals going in. I don't even remember. Oh, that was the big save that Price had a massive influence on the outcome of this game. But that's the game winner there from number 67.